feel like I forgot something. What did I forget? I forgot to deal with these wires hanging down. No, it's always a mess in here. There's too many projects. My desk is covered. Helio, how's it going? My desk is covered in yellow things. It's got yellow things everywhere. Terrier. Whoa, Terrier darts just at the jump. Hello. Doing a production run of like these little stopper mechanisms. Like this. Cool. Got these made out of aluminum. I'm gonna make the top out of Delrin. Anyway, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to do Sudoku because Blobz told me that there is a new yin yang sightline puzzle up. Is the music too loud? Is the music okay? And we're just gonna do it. And I don't know that I'm in like the proper mental or emotional state to solve the puzzle effectively, but that's never stopped me before. I like this song with the mewling kittens. It's cute. It's called Box of Kittens. Okay, so let's go somewhere. Let's go over here. I'm not going to look at the rules. Let's figure them out. Can't be that hard, right? It's going to be good if there's some like special rule that I just gloss over. Okay, so Terry Darts, I want you to know that anytime I do a German Whisper puzzle or any puzzle really that involves like separating high digits from low digits, I always make the fives gray and dedicate that to you. Gray fives are the way that I honor Terrier darts. Okay, so let's just talk about this puzzle. I feel like something's too loud. Maybe it's because the printer's on. I'm being overstimulated. Maybe the music's slightly too loud. Printer's making nightmare noises. That should stop soon. Okay. Let's do the things that we do. Like, how come we have lost our filters here? Okay, let's do that. And let's do this. Ooh, what is it? Whoa, look at that. Cool shader. I don't want to give anyone a seizure, but I do like that. That's a good shader. A glitchy shader. Okay. What do we want here? That's cute. A peaceful stream. Maybe something nice and... Ooh, that's pretty. What's appropriate for a Renban yin yang sightline? I mean, there's red lines there. Or magenta lines. Ooh, that one's cool. Okay, this is probably... See, the problem is the ones that I think are cool are gonna be unpleasant for people to stare at for long periods, I think. I mean, not everyone colors fives, and not everyone makes them gray. Just saying. Okay, here's some lines. Let's do these lines. These are Renbans, right? Is this too much? Is that too distracting? What's the opinion? I think it looks cool. It's like the opening credits to Fight Club or something. Okay, this may be too distracting even for me though. So with luck, it will just slow down over time because all of these shaders seem to eventually have trouble after a while. But anyway, let's just start talking and then we'll see how we do. So we shockingly get a digit, which is a real gift. So we're going to shade some cells such that all shaded cells are orthogonally connected and all unshaded cells are orthogonally connected. And no 2x2 area is fully shaded or unshaded. So that's just straight up yin-yang rules. And as we know with yin-yang rules, there's like explicit rules that are here, and then there's the implicit rules. And the two, in my mind, main implicit rules of yin-yang, are that in addition to no 2x2, there's also no checkerboards, and you can only have two transitions on the perimeter. So there'll be two, regions of color only. So those are two things we will want to look for. And then the sightline rules are digits in cage cells indicate how many cells of the same color, shaded or unshaded can be seen orthogonally from that position, including itself, the other color block position. So that's very good. Already some interesting things to think about with that, kind of regarding the implications of these shaded digits. Digits on pink lines form a non-repeating consecutive sequence. Additionally, cells along pink lines okay. So it's good. It's good that we read the rules here, because this says additionally cells along pink lines alternate between shaded and unshaded. So that's interesting. I feel like that's a little bit unusual for a yin-yang sightline puzzle. Very often there's kind of no explicit relationship between the secondary, or I guess tertiary, rule set and the yin-yang rule set and sightline rule set. So that's very interesting. So we know that, you know, for any pair here, we will, I'm not just any pair, any sequence, we're going to zigzag, which is interesting. It's an interesting thing that will happen because of partially because of what we just said about transition. So I sort of want to start down here. I don't know if this is really the place to start, but let's just do it. Because that means these are all the same, you know, shadedness or unshadedness, right? Cells along pink lines alternate between being shaded and unshaded. So whatever these are, these aren't, right? But we also know that we can't have all these transitions. The problem though is that you might argue like, well, we could have, you know, this could be gray and then you could have an entire perimeter of green, but you can't do that because we know there's at least one transition up here, because if this was a solid run of digits, then all three of these would see at least 9. I can't see more than 9, but so we know there's a transition up here, which means we can't do this, which means I think that all of these are green, which is an interesting start to the puzzle. So, Black Doom, how's it going? So this is an interesting one because this could be 9, right? Like we could have a 9 here. We know that would make this green and this green, which would force this. Okay, this is pretty cool. If this was 9, I don't know that it is, and I also don't know if this is the most useful thing to think about. But if this was a solid one of green, we know that there's at least 2 solid sides in a yin-yang sightline puzzle, right? Because there can only be 2 transitions. Sometimes there's 3 solid sides. I'm doing okay, thank you. Trying to get my brain in the right mode here. So, you know, we have 2 or 3 solid sides, and this is not one of them. So it's sort of interesting to say, like, is this solid or not? If this were solid, this would be a 9, and it would be green. And that means that this would also be green, this would be green, this would be green, and this would be green. Which I guess that's a pretty weird one, but kind of no matter what, we're going to corner this digit. Ah, okay. So this I don't want to think about this. Well, I guess no, we don't know that. Okay. So anyway, we know these are the same. So either we are trapping someone in here, or this would go all the way, which I guess is still okay, because these, you'd have those 2, but then these would be the opposite. Or do we need to think about these? I love yin-yang puzzles, and these yin-yang Blobz, hello. I was just about to compliment you, saying that Blobz is... Ollie, how's it going? Blobz's yin-yang sightline puzzles are my favorite series of puzzles, kind of without exception. I did do a really good, just so I can do something other than just lavish praise on Blobz. I did do a really good Scojo puzzle because I'm still going through the Scojo archives, that was yin yang with not yin yang sightline, but yin yang genetic, and it was yin yang genetic modular, I think. That was really good. Yeah, we better talk about these. Let's talk about these on top. I just want to think about these for 1 second because I'm realizing we just breezed right past this. But I don't know that I have a strong opinion about anything here at this moment. I mean, these two are going to be the same, but that's okay, because these could be the same and gray and then have green here and avoid the 2x2, or they could be the same and green. If these were both gray, this would be green. Oh, wait. If these were both... If this was green, then this is green and this is gray. We've made a checkerboard, right? If I put green here and green here, then this is gray. So I think this is gray and this is gray. Is that true? And these are green? Does that seem like a true statement I have made? That's interesting. This alternating Renban thing is pretty interesting. Like it's like a Renban, you know, Renbans are fundamentally unordered, but in this case we get kind of like orderly, disorderly Renbans. I don't see immediately how to do that with anybody else. Like those greens would mean that we connected our green here, but that's still okay as long as that's gray and that's green, which it would be. So that's if this is green, let's say it this way: if this is green, and this is green, so then these greens, then all of these would be green, and this would be gray, and then we'd break the 2x2. So I think that would be fine. These digits are the same, which if this was green, we'd have our full green is that true? We haven't really decided if there's... Yeah. If these were green, they would have to connect down here, because otherwise we'd be looping here, and this is not solid. So if this zag of the zig was green, these are all gray, this is green, gray, green, gray, green, gray, green, gray, green, gray, which means these are all green. That puts gray there, so that would be okay. But I think that's not a problem at the moment. I mean, that gets interesting. This, so we had the same logic here, right? If this is green, we talked about this a little bit. If this is green, but we didn't talk about this line, the implications there. If this is green, then this is green, this is green, this is green, this is green, but also this is green, this is green. But that's okay, because our gray escapes there. It does mean then, can we have our transition here? That would mean that that we saw 7, that would mean that this had to be a 7, 8, 9, right? Like if we were gonna do, like, say these two are gray, that this would be, these would all be green. We'd effectively be doing this. No, we'd be doing this. I guess, okay, we're trying to determine if the flip happens in here, which I think it kind of, no, there's only 2. Sorry, I was thinking there were 3 cages in there. There's only 2. But no, that is true. There's a 7 here. So this would have to be 8. This would have to be 9. Oh, hang on, that's interesting. Okay, if if we tried to do this, I think it doesn't work. Like, I guess I'm trying to say, like, is this the gray transition? And then the whole rest of the world is green. I don't even know if this is a very valuable thing to say, but that means that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, but 7 is here. That means this has to be an 8 or a 9, and so it would grow, and you'd have a 2x2. So this is not what happens. So, in other words, if this was green, it would do this. okay, we're talking about, is this green? That makes all these green. This is green, 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 this is green. And in this scenario, this has to be green because we can't do the gray flip here. That does make this a 9. And that would make this, whatever, 6, 8, 9, 6, 8, 9, whatever. Skojo, how's it going? So, but I don't immediately see a problem with this, do I? Not sure I immediately see an issue there. We said this was okay, right? Because this would be green, 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 gray, green. So this at a glance is a valid thing to do. Oh gosh, we haven't even thought about the whole, just realizing, we haven't thought about Renbans. So this is every digit, right? Like this is, so that's going to be kind of interesting for these, but the, like thinking about what does it mean if this is a 9? It pulls this whole line up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, well, it's 9. So never mind. It doesn't. That was a lie. Never mind. Bad statement. So I guess a question I have for you is this green? Backseating? My preference is like to not have really explicit things of like, hey, this is more like look at something, you know, like if I'm just totally glossing over something obvious, or I like miss something at the bottom of the grid. So like, you know, throwing a tomato at the screen of where you would like me to look, or just saying like, check out box 7 is my preference. You know, I'm not gonna get mad at anybody, but you know, it's my Blobz puzzles are my favorite. I want to feel like I solved them. Okay, so just I'm drawn to this being green, because if this is green, it has to fully do one of these two things, right? And we've said it's valid, you know, either way. We think we can get to there. Hey Jan, how's it going? So you're talking about row 1, column 2, and column 5. Yeah, that's okay. That's great. That's what I think I'm slowly zeroing in on. So like, the question is, if this is green, it's gotta like be it's got to be a hat like this. You know, we have to fully branch, and then we're gonna get our little loop-de-doo on the side. So if we went this way, this would see, we'd see at least 5, but this couldn't grow. This can't grow. So this would be the 5, and this would have to grow, and I think that breaks, right? Like if we try to go this way, so if we try to go this way, one of these digits has to be bigger than the other, because that's just how life works. And the bigger digit, if neither of these grow down, then these two digits will see the same number of digits. This digit can't grow down because it's forbidden by the Renban rules, and it's also forbidden by 2x2 rules. This digit can't grow down because of the Renban rules. So this is ruled out. We are not coming this direction. Is that? Yes, that's right. You're absolutely right. So this one was ruled out by two rules. This one's ruled out by the alternating for sure. And then if we go this way, do we have the exact same problem? No, we don't, because this little dude's not sightliney. So that would mean in this case, I mean, this one has big implications, but it does mean that this is green, this is green, this is green. It means that's green, that's green, that's green, that's green. It means this is green. So what do we think about this? That means that, you know, this, for example, would see 5, which could, but is not allowed to grow, right? Like this, that's okay. Another way to think of this is normally, you know, we might have we might have like mental models of like what's allowed to grow or not in these sightlines. This digit is not allowed to grow. This digit sees what it sees and it cannot grow. This digit also sees what it sees and it cannot grow. And so the maximum of this digit, okay, let me think for 1 second. Is anything else just immediately ruled out here? This is literally just a 9, right? That's absolutely a 9. This, well, this can't grow either, but by the other rule set, right? Don't we have the same problem here? Like if this can't grow because of Renban rules, this can't grow because of 2x2 rules. So, well, hello there. Wait, okay, you have to forgive me. Is it Liari 77 or Liar I-77? So I guess I'm gonna argue that this is gray. Does that seem reasonable? Because if we went here, neither of these are allowed to grow down, but one of them would have to. And if we went here, neither of these, this can't grow down because of Renban rules. This can't grow down. Liari. That's what I really figured. But it would be kind of funny if you were a liar. Liar I-77. So I want to say this is gray. Do we agree with that? And that gets us this. And don't we know then that these are both green? Because of the same problem, that if we try to grayify, if this is gray, we have our grow down problem. No, that's not true. It's not true. Because in this case, gray could grow down. No, sorry. In this case, we can't grow down, right? So I think this can't be gray, because if this was gray, this can't grow down and this is not allowed to grow down. So this is green. This one, that's not true, because this could be gray and grow down as long as green went up here and made that a 9. But that makes all these green. Does that seem reasonable? And that makes this gray, which we know also from the other rule set that I keep forgetting. And that makes all these gray. What's this person doing? What are we doing over here? Just hanging out? So that, if it was gray, that would be a, oh no, that's not a sight line. This is, but that would be a 7. Okay, so, but yeah, so our issue is whether or not this could be gray. If this is gray, we go here, we have to grow down, but that's broken, right? That is broken by Renban rules, right? Because this digit can't see anything else. This digit would have to go down. Even if we had green coming up here, it doesn't matter. We've just put 2 adjacent. So this is also green. Is that true? Are we good? Are we feeling good here? So that gets us green, and that gets us all our greens here, and that gets us grays here. I'm waiting for someone to yell at me that I've made a horrible mistake. Oh, thanks, Blobz. Okay, so that means this maxes out at 4. This is either a 3 or a 4, right? Because it either sees the 3 it sees, or maybe this becomes green. This maxes out. This is either a 2 or a 3, which is okay because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it is, we can achieve 2-ness or 3-ness. This feller has to see more than this feller, no matter what. So this feller has to grow. Feller is a technical term. Well, wait, but I already knew that was gray anyway, just from the other rule set. Good grief. Okay, we also know that this is green and this is green, right? And we know that this is gray and this is gray. What other lines am I forgetting to color? This one, so this is green. And then to avoid a 2x2 or a checkerboard, that becomes green. I'm just looking for more obvious lines that I'm missing. This already sees at least 3. This sees at least 3, but could see 4. So we get a 3-4 pair, right? Because this sees 3 greens and it could see 4. So now we have a 3-4 pair in row 1, which is exciting. So that means that one of these is a 4 and one of these is a 3. So gray goes one direction or the other here. And then the other side is green. So gray only ever sees 2. Is that true? So this Renban is pretty low. Uh-oh, I'm getting... Oh, my checkerboard. Yep, okay. Is this a checkerboard? Is that what I'm being... Oh, Blobz, thank you. This is a lovely puzzle already. I'm really enjoying it. Okay, so that, we got it. Cool, okay, yes. We want to avoid this checkerboard, so we put a green here. And then we need to avoid this checkerboard, so we put a green here, and we get a gray here. So that gives us the 3 here and the 4 here, I hope. That does really pull this Renban low. We know that this isn't a 1. I guess there's some world where this could be a 1 and this could be a 3, maybe. I mean, this can't be very high, right? So because it's like 2, 3, 4. So this is either 3 or 4 also. So we do know it has to grow. We do have to avoid this checkerboard. So this is gray. This person sees, who knows what it sees. It is kind of interesting. We got to remember, like this 4 has to appear on this Renban somewhere, and all of these digits are ruled out. So one of these 3 digits is definitely a 4. Well, this is a 3. So that is a 3. So this is a 2. We already knew that was a 2. Uh-oh, Jan, are you somewhere outrageously hot? My hometown was like 106 last week, I think. Okay, this digit is at least 3. So this digit is either 3 or 5, because it couldn't be 4, obviously, but it can't be 4 anyway. So it's either here, or as soon as we put here, this would be... So that's 3 or 5, I think. So we still do have to place a 4 here or here. But I don't think anyone cares about that. This digit already sees 4. So this digit is either... This digit can't be a 4, though, right? Because we just said that this 4 has to appear on this Renban here or here. So this is definitely not a 4. And right now it sees 4, so it has to grow. So now this digit seems 3, 4, 5, 6. Sees 6. Oh yeah, do I have lots of little trapped gray people? You're right. This little... Oh wait! Oh no, I broke it. What did I break? You're right. So wait. I definitely broke something. Does that mean I made a mistake somewhere else? You're totally right that this has to escape. Shoot. But that would make this a 4. And then where can I put the 4 on the Renban? So I made a mistake, right? Was this not 3? Shoot. Is my reasoning wrong here? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have to have a 4 on this Renban. Which puts it here. Oh no! But yeah, this gray has to escape. But that would put a 4 here, which means there's no 4 on this Renban, right? So I must have made a mistake. Let me back up a little bit. Yeah, I think... So, okay, let's back up to here. So we got this 3, 4 pair, which feels right. Like this seemed correct, right? Because this... This is, yeah, these are blocked off. So where did I screw up? Well, no matter what, this gray's got to come out. At least with my current layout, this gray has to come this, like, this gray has to come this way, right? Oh no, sorry, Jan. Right? Like it's got to, this gray has to come out. But that makes this yeah, we get the 3 and the 4. Oh no, we were doing so well. Then you have to see 4, which makes you the 2. This only sees 3. And this can't checkerboard. Ah, man, I think I just have a mistake, right? Like I can't checkerboard here. This is a 2, but then where does the... That makes this C 1, 2, 3, 4. And then where do I put the 4 on the Renban? Ah, man, shoot, where'd I mess up? Rad dude, how's it going? Nice to see you. I'm doing well. I thought I was breezing through this puzzle, and then I think I made some silly mistake. So let me back up to the... Okay, I'm going to back up to figuring out this was gray. I feel pretty confident in that. And then... and that these were the opposite color. Which made this green, gray, green, gray, green, gray, green, gray, green. That was green, gray, green, gray, green, gray, green. Did I do something wrong over here? This has to alternate, so that's how we got this. This digit is causing grief. Unless we did... yeah, we can't do this. Because if we do this, then we have 3 3s. Ah, oh, man, shoot. What did I mess up here? I'm kind of tempted to just reconsider. Like, just back up. Because maybe I just, like... I don't even know what I would have misplaced, though, because a lot of these... why did row and column 8 have to be 4? Because this is either going to see 3 or 4, right? And then this has to go one way or the other. So it's going to be 2 plus 3 plus 4 to make the 9. That's what I was thinking. Because this could only be 2, one way or the other, and it's got to get out there. Oh, shoot. I kind of want to... I feel like maybe I just, when breezing through, checked something I shouldn't have checked. But almost everything we have is based on... the Renban alternating placement. So what did I screw up? Am I like fundamentally wrong here? I thought we were pretty confident that these couldn't be the same color, because if these are the same color, it grows down, and these can't be the same color because it couldn't grow down, right? Or maybe there is a way and I'm just wrong about that. Okay, that's okay. I mean, I think in terms of logic, we're actually not that deep, because most of this placement really was just from the Renban alternating. So I'm just gonna restart. I felt confident about this and this, right? That felt pretty good. That, you know, we know that it's one color and the other color, and we know that there's at least one transition up here because of the yin yang sightline. So that was all okay. Maybe I screwed this one up. Anyway. Then we were kind of asking, like, could this be green, right? Like, meaning it would have to connect like that. But if we do that, these 2 digits have to see different numbers, and neither one of them are allowed to grow down, right? So this does not connect over here. And then we were asking whether these could be the same. Maybe that's where I screwed up, because that would mean is like, can we go down here to get our green digit? And I said that we couldn't, because these two digits again have to be different, and they would both, one or the other would have to grow down, and neither of them are allowed to grow down. So that's why I said this was gray. You liked this Renban reasoning? Oh, Jan, in this case, it's just, in a yin-yang puzzle, it's just shading. In fact, I'm probably doing things wrong, because you talk about things that are shaded and unshaded. And in some puzzles, the distinction matters. In this, it just means there's a set of rules that apply to two regions, basically. So they don't correspond to digits necessarily. They just correspond to like a set of regions. Let me scroll up here and you'll be able to see the rules for that. So, okay, so I think I still want to tell you that this is gray, because this can only be green by connecting to green. And to do that, it would have to go through somebody. So I feel pretty good about this being gray, green, gray. Our box 7 logic, if we tried to make both of these green, this had to be gray, and that was bad. So we said both of these were gray and both of these were green. And that seemed okay, I think. Now, the question really was, can these be the same color at all? And maybe that's where I screwed up, because so for these two, I think it's impossible for these to be the same color, right? Like, if these are the same color, they have to see a different number of digits, so they have to grow down. And this can't grow down by Renban rules. Now, maybe where I screwed up was here, meaning that this is green, right? Like if this was gray, we would have to do this. One or the other would grow down, they can't. So this I think is correct. And this is gray. So these I'm feeling pretty good about. And these are all gray, is that right? Gray, green, gray, green, gray, green, gray, green. No, shoot. Wait, what did I do? This, sorry, that one's this color. Gray, green, gray, green. And then these are all gray. Is that true? Gray, green, gray, green, gray, green, gray, green, gray. So maybe where I screwed up was here, because if these are both gray, then this one has to grow down. And that means this is gray, but then that means that this is green. Maybe I said that wrong. Maybe this is where I screwed up. If we made this, okay, if we made this gray, then all these are gray. Does that make anybody mad? That means this is green. That means this can't grow down and this can't grow down. So this is definitely not gray, this digit, right? If we make this gray, this is gray. So both of these are gray. We've got to connect to our gray. And then this digit can't grow, so this digit has to grow. So this is green. So, but maybe it is possible for this to be gray. So this is green, but that makes this green, right? Is my logic flawed there? And then these are the grays, green, gray. Maybe this is the, no, because these are green. Because now we have to connect our greens. You're gray, you're gray, you're gray, you're gray. Checkerboard makes this green. No, wait, I have a checkerboard. Shoot. What did I just do? I'm sure I just did something silly. Green, skip, green, skip, green, skip, green, skip, green. How's that? Oh, that's better. Then we have gray, skip, gray, skip, gray, skip, gray. And then we've got to connect our greens. Isn't this where we were before? Maybe this could be a 2. Is that where I screwed up? That this could, oh, is it 2, 3, 4 with the 2 here? Maybe that's where I screwed up. Well, who knows? Anyway, this is, we got to watch out for this checkerboard, right? We got to watch out for this checkerboard. We've got to watch out for this checkerboard. So we do get a 4 here again, but maybe this could have been a 2 and somehow I screw this up. Row 2, column 3. Do you think this is broken? This could be up to 4 or as little as 2, right? So this is 2, 3, or 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it can be any digit because this Renban supports any digit. It's a 9-cell Renban. So I think this is either it's 2 or it's 3 or it's 4. Although actually it can't be 4. No, maybe it can. So I think this is 2, 3, or 4. I think it's okay. It could never be 9. You can never have a sightline. A sightline can never be 1. You can never have a 1 in a box. That's for sure. So we do get a 2 here though, right? This is definitely a 2. And this is, maybe I screwed up going down. Anyway, okay, maybe I'm not sure if I've done anything differently. That's green, gray, green, gray, green. So these are gray, green, gray, green, gray, green. These are green. Now, as Skojo pointed out earlier, we had an escape problem, but I think maybe this digit was wrong before because I thought it was like a 2, 3, 4, but maybe this is the 3 and this is the 2, and maybe that will be our saving grace. That does mean this has to grow in one direction or another. That means this is either 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, this is 4 because if it's not. No. Okay, this is where we were wrong. Okay, I think I understand now. This can't be 4, right? That was our problem previously because we have to have a 4 on this Renban, and we have this is a 3, right? Okay, I think I see where the mistake was. We need a 4 on this Renban, so one of these is a 4. So this absolutely isn't 4. So this has to grow. But I think somehow I don't know why I convinced myself this was green earlier. Maybe just, I'm not sure. Because if previously I thought you couldn't do this because then gray couldn't escape, but gray can escape. It just has to escape through here. And then this is the 2. So I think that's what the problem was. Okay, sorry about that. So the 3 here, I'm not even sure, who knows what I was doing. Are we happy with this? It was a 2, 3, 4. I just somehow, I don't know. I ended up with this as green, and I'm not exactly sure what I did. Okay, this seems good. So, no, the digits are, well, they are consecutive, but it's in any order. You know, it's just normal. It's basically normal Renban rules. So they are consecutive, but they can be anywhere. And because this is a 9-cell Renban, it can be any digit. Like this is limited, right? Because it has to be within 2 of 3, and it can't be 1. So this could be like up to 5, I guess. Okay, this is better. Okay, I always feel so bad when I fumble a Blobz puzzle, but Skojo, I'm not sure if you were here when I was complimenting your just in the last few days I did your yin yang genetic modular puzzle. Really enjoyed that one. It's very good. Okay, so this is a 3. So we get a 3. So one of these people is a 3. Is that true? Oh no, I've got my shortcuts weirded. Oh no, when I was messing with my Sudoku pad, I'm just going to turn off the loader tool for now. Oh, I also finally did, what's it called? Constable? The other Picross puzzle? I really like that one too. The one I'm working on right now is ruining my life though. This 4 puzzle, or 4 letter. It's the one that is, it's called like a target or something. It's where there's digits outside that are either look and say or little killer, and then there's lines that are either look and say or between lines. Oh, propeller. Yeah, propeller. Propeller's kicking my butt. I'm enjoying it, but I definitely screwed up and had to start over again. I mean, it is possible that I'm redoing some of your puzzles because I'm bad at remembering what puzzles I've done. Okay, so this is not a 3 because there's a 3 already on that Renban. So we do get a 3 here for whatever that's worth to anyone. We do get a 2 down here that isn't here. So there's a 2 in here. Do we think this could be a 2? I mean, it already sees a 2. Oh, well, okay. We have to avoid a checkerboard here, right? So this is green. This gray has to connect to its friends to escape. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we talked about that being a 6 once upon a time. So we're kind of narrowing down what digits we still have available on the Renban. Oh, we know this one obviously is a 9. So we have reduced our... I guess we know that these... That's a little weird. These 2 digits are these 2 digits. So we already said that one of those is a 4. Okay, so 2... You're not... Oh, yeah, well, yeah. This alternates, right? So we get that digit. So this is, in fact, just a 2. That's not a 2. I'm sure there's a million little line type things that I'm... Wait, shoot. Good grief. Did that wrong. This is gray. How are we doing on our line? I mean, it's normal Renban rules where it's... I just have to place the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in here because it's 9. In here, this digit could be... It's either 1, 2, 3 or it's 2, 3, 4. So this digit is a 1 or a 4. As long as this is a consecutive sequence in any order. Normally, you know, it's not a big deal, but the very often when people write the rules for a Renban, they will say digits on pink line form a non-consecutive sequence in any order. So this, you know, I know basically this sequence with like a 1 degree margin of error, I guess. We know this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means the 5 on this Renban, I guess it could be up here, never mind. So I have to say something that was false. Yeah, there's nothing weird about the Renban rules except for this totally separate thing that digits alternate. So maybe that's what's confusing you. There is like a secondary rule on top of the Renban, but it doesn't actually affect the nature of the Renban. It just lets the Renban affect the yin-yang, basically. But the Renbans are still just Renbans. And they're all, the only thing that's, you know, semi-weird about them here is they just happen to be a lot of 9-cell Renbans. Okay, so this digit has to grow. This digit sees 2, but it can't be a 2 or a 3. It has to be a minimum of 4, but it can't be a 4 because if we try to grow to 4... Okay, so it's not a 2, so we have to grow 1. It's not a 3, we have to go 2. But as soon as we do that... it now sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is a 5. That means these digits have to be within range of a 5. So this could be, you know, 5. This could be 6, 7, or 4, 3. Well, it can't be 3. So it's either 4, 5, 6, or 5, 6, 7. We have a fella to... Yeah, I mean, it's... I sometimes people, when they word Renbans, say in any order, but... You know, sometimes after you've seen rules a million... I've actually really enjoyed that, seeing how the way a given rule is clued as it evolves over time and becomes just more like, you know, a accepted... where there can be some ambiguity in the wording because just everybody knows the rule. Wait, I've broken the puzzle. No, I haven't. I'm sorry. This one does see one more digit than this, so this is a 4. Whew. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm sorry. This is the 5 and this is the 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, scared myself there for a second. I mean, I solve hundreds of puzzles and I never know what's going on, so I can't fault anyone for I will say my opinions on Renbans have shifted over time, because as a standalone rule, I find Renbans really uninteresting, but they do have really powerful ways of affecting other rule sets, which I think is cool. So, curious about this fella. Have we done all of the homework of like 2x2s and all that stuff? Do I need to be thinking more about Renbans now? So, okay, so what I said previously was wrong. So this is actually a maximum of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is a maximum of 7 and a minimum of 4. Is that true? I mean, it's probably not even really a maximum of 7. Feels like there's some reason that that's not allowed. But anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 would be the max here. And the minimum is 6, 5, 4. So this Renban could be within the range of 4, 5, 6, 7. Obviously that's not a 6. But it could be 6, 7, 8, I guess. This 5 didn't land here, so there's a 5 in that neighborhood. Okay. Sorry, I feel like I'm... Well, this Renban needs a 5, right? And it's not here, it's not down here. So this Renban's 5 is in this neighborhood. So that means that one of these digits is a 5. This boxes and Renban's 7 is down here, which means this is a 7. Is that right? Doing Sudoku like I don't know what. I'm sure I'm missing really obvious like sightline stuff at the moment. What is this? What's this person doing? So if this was gray, it would have to be a 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It would have to be a 7. And then this would be a 9. Because it would see a 9 minimum. But if this is green, I mean, if it's gray, it's definitely 7. If it's green, it's either 3 or 4. So this is like 3, 4, or 7. Was that actually useful? I don't know. We already have our 6 on this Renban. Our 6 in this box is here. Oh yeah, right. Our well, it's still in one of these two. Just thinking about where the 4 is. The 7 on this Renban. Oh, okay. Okay, that's cool. Oh, that's lovely. I don't know if that's intentional, but so the 7 on this Renban is obviously not here or here. The 7 on this Renban is here. And that means this can't be a 7, so this is green. Does that seem like a true statement? Do we believe that? That was cool. I mean, it's not to say that there aren't like super fun. I've definitely done plenty of super fun single variant. I guess it's just that what I get really excited about. My favorite thing in variant Sudoku is the way weird variants affect each other. But yeah. A 6-hour drive? Oh no, sorry, SkyDrive pulled you in. Okay, so what did we just say? So that was fun logic. That was really lovely. That was cool. The way this 7 got pushed here, which forbade that from going. I like that. So, and that, what does that mean for this person? So that means this person is, I mean, we can't do this, right? Because that would be 7, and we could have 8 and 9 grow, but we have too many. So we're definitely not going all the way across here. What do we want to think about? So this, we know where the 5 goes. The 3 in here, we know is not here, and we know it's not on the Renban. So the 3 in there is in that corner. I don't know that that is tremendously helpful, honestly. This is looking for more like Renban shortcuts. Like this 3 travels down here, but then it can't be on the Renban there. If this was a 3, it would connect here. Then this would have to grow up. And then, okay, that's an interesting one. If this was a 3, it would have to grow here, right? And then to prevent these digits from being the same, it would have to grow up, right? And then, okay, sorry, thinking through this 1 second. I feel like this gets weird. 3 makes this a 4 or whatever, so it has to grow up. But then this has to be, maybe that's okay. Is that actually okay? That makes this green to avoid a 2x2, which makes this gray. Wait, oh, that's weird. Okay, for a second I had convinced myself that that couldn't be a 3, but maybe it can. Why did I think that couldn't work? 3 would make this grow, would make this green, would make this gray. Is there a reason that doesn't work? Or maybe I've just bamboozled myself. We could get a 1 on some of these lines. We don't know anything about 1s in the whole universe. Aw, thanks, Gojo. Okay, am I insane? I thought I had a reason that this wouldn't work, but now it seems like it did. Maybe I was thinking, I don't know. But I think that works, to have this green and there's just a little offshoot. And then this would be, you know, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think it works. Okay, my mistake. I think that could be a 3. 5 in here. It's in this neighborhood. What's this person doing? So this gray. So we've got this whole little world that needs to get out of here. So we do need to grow one way or the other. If we grow this way, then this is gray, and that's green. Okay, maybe that's not really the place to be looking. What did we decide about this? Like, that seemed okay as a 3. As a 4, it does do weird things here. I mean, it's probably not really reasonable that this could be a 7, right? Is that really possible that this could happen? That makes that gray, so that's then green. Yeah, you can't, I think you can't do this. So if you try to make this a 7, you have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? And then to prevent 2x2s, you have to put a green here and a green here. But we've just connected these grays, so they would see the same number. So I think that's not a 7. I think that really is just a 4 or a 5. If it connects here, it immediately sees 4. So it has to connect here, because if we try to go down, we can only see 3. That was true already, I think. No, I guess I could do this. It'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. Those would be gray. This would be green. This would be green. So this would be gray, presumably. So maybe 4 is okay. Oh, do we need some gray escapes? Probably. Yeah, so sometimes Rad Dude. So for yin yang puzzles specifically, shaded and unshaded are identical. For like you know, caves, caves, and various other rules that I'm sure Skojo and Black Doom will remember. Like you could have shaded and unshaded that do have different rules, like caves, for example. But in a yin yang, shaded and unshaded are basically identical. Okay, yes, of course. Good grief. I spent all that time thinking about this and didn't just think about the fact that I need to escape. Amazing. Amazing. Okay, very silly. Sorry about that. Okay, so this does see at least 3. But I think it can't see more than 3, because as soon as it sees 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That would mean this was a 7. That would mean that this would be a 7, and this would be an 8, and this would be 9, 10. So I think this has to be green, and this has to be 3. Does that sound good? That's true. That is true, Skojo. That, yeah, certainly in your rule set you could say that shaded cells do whatever. In fact, I think maybe, yeah, in this case, since they're just alternating on the Renban, it doesn't really matter. But I do want to say that there have been some Blobz puzzles where maybe there was a specific effect on shaded or unshaded. Maybe I'm thinking of the Domino Trails, which is my other favorite Blobz series. So this has to see more than this. So this has to go up. That means this has to be green. That means this has to be gray. That is so funny. We talked all through this, and then I just it was like, yep, that's possible. Let me just move on with my life and forget all about it. That does like knock 3 off of these, which is a little bit interesting, but maybe not immediately relevant. So this now sees 4 already. It can't grow down to avoid 2 by 2. We still haven't connected our worlds. This already sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but it can't be 6 because there's already a 6 here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is how many this currently sees, but it has to see 7, 8, or 9. So it could grow this way, or it could grow this way. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, is that really possible? Maybe. That would make this a 5. Anyway. It feels like it may be 4. Oh, okay, this is alternating rules makes this happen, and then this gray has to connect. Okay, so now we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If we connect here, we see 9. So we never see 8, I think. But this digit now sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is a 5. So that makes this digit this is either 4, 5, 6 or 5, 6, 7. So this is a 4, 7, I think. Which seems okay. This fellow. So one of these has to be gray to connect our friends. If this was gray, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which it can't be, right? So this must be green, and this must be the gray. So this is 9 after all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Does that seem true? For some reason, that feels shocking to me. So that makes this a 3 because we see 3 here. It does get a 3 down here, but not quite place it. We do get a 5 over here. We do get a 3 over here, but not there. We still have a 4 here somewhere, and a 4 here somewhere. Maybe not. I was going to argue that 4s could go over here. Oh, that's true. We've done all shading. Skojo, you weren't just going to let me just ignore that for 5 minutes until I realized, oh, we've done all the shading. Okay, so we see 3 here. That is a good point. We should just place all these digits that we know definitively. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That one scared me for a second. So that places all those, and that's very exciting. So now we really just have Renbans to think about and Sudoku, right? We know there's a 4 in this neighborhood. What else have we not placed? Maybe we need 1, 5, 8, 9 basically in here. 3 of those will end up on Renband. 1 of them won't, and the one that doesn't will also live over here. Wait, not, I said 9. I didn't mean that. I meant 1, 5, 7, 8. The other digit will end up here, but I don't think that helps us tremendously right at this moment. Okay. I guess we know these digits. Well, that's kind of interesting. These digits are these digits? Is that true? Wait, is that true? What a weird thing. So these 4 digits in the bottom row can't appear on the Renban because they're already on the Renban. So those digits appear below themselves. So these digits are 4, 5, 7, 3. Isn't that weird? And this one C is 5, 7, 3. Is that really true? Or was that like some nonsense deduction that I just made? That was really cool. Wow, I feel like I've never seen anything like that. Oh, thank you. I mean, Jen, I cannot speak highly enough of this series of Blobz's Yin Yang Sightline puzzles. Like, they're all of them. The thing that astounds me most is like the Yin Yang Sightline rules are already cool. Like Yin Yang Sightlines already do cool things together, and then every other version of this puzzle adds a tertiary rule set that completely changes the way they work. Like they're really incredible. This whole series is so good. What a weird pattern. What an interesting weird pattern. And we could have known that early. Like we could have reasoned that out. That is so cool. Okay, so now I'm just going to do the thing that I do where I just am slow and it takes me a long time. I mean, you know, and the same thing is going to happen with these 5 digits. We're just going to sit on top. The 5 7s are resolved, you're right, because we placed a 7 here because we have to have a 7 on the Renban. So that is a 5 and that is a 7. Thanks, Black Doom, and that's going to resolve some other 7s for us. So we finally get a 7 on this Renban. We get our 5 on this Renban. That puts us in pretty good shape with 5s, right? I guess we don't quite know. Well, okay, right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's definitely a 5 on this Renban, right? It's not there. Okay. It's not as restrictive as I was thinking it was going to be. There's a 5 on this Renban. I can tell you that. Also, the 3 pulls this down, right? So that means, so the fact that there's a 5 on here, for sure, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a 5-cell Renban. And there's a 3 means there is also definitely a 4 in here, right? A 4 over here, but not here because of that logic. I mean, we also get a 5, the 5 up here. Oh, but look at this. Gosh, how did I not see this? We have this teeny tiny Renban with a 9. So that's, you know, a 2-cell Renban is basically a white Kropke. So this has to be an 8. This is the 5. So we place our 5. Yeah, it totally is. In fact, any short Renbans only have, yeah, I'm just being silly and slow. So we should have known that a long time ago. Which is cute. That's very cute for resolving this. So we know 4 is on here. So we do still have some leeway. We know the 4 is here. Well, so 4 definitely is in. 4 is definitely in one of these 2 positions in that box, but I don't think that's necessarily true here. This is never a 4. So it is in one of these 2 positions. Well, yeah, okay. I don't know if that's like a meaningful deduction. I'm not even sure what I was trying to get at there. I was just thinking about force. Sometimes I just want to think about force. That's all. Okay, what? I mean, I feel like we probably have some really... Oh. So this is a sequence of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, that doesn't have a 5 on it. So this Renban is either all high or all low, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is either fully above or fully below. So it's either 1, 2, 3, 4 or 6, 7, 8, 9. But it can't be 1, 2, 3, 4 because it can't have any 3s on it, right? So doesn't that make this 6, 7, 8, 9? Is that reasonable logic? Oh yeah, see, you're already on it. Black Doom's already on it. Okay. One step behind you, Black Doom. Take the 8s there. So yeah, which is cool. I like that. That is interesting. Do we actually... It almost feels like we... Well, I guess we know there's an 8. There's no 8 here, I guess. And the 9 wasn't there, so the 9 is in here. So, okay. Well, we know that's a low, or sorry, a non-low fellow. That also, this digit sees all of those, right? This digit sees 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is definitely a 1, 2, 3. I just said it sees a 3. Good grief. That's definitely a 1 or a 2. So that's one of the low parts of our Renban. So we still have to place the 2. 7's already on there. This digit is a little annoying because it could be this digit, right? So it can be high. Couldn't be 7, but I think it could be 6 or 8. This digit sees 10 million digits. Could be a 1. It's not 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8. But it could be a 9. This digit was a 1 or a 9. If it's a 1, it has to be a 2. If it's a 9, it has to be an 8, which it can't be. So it is a 2 and a 1 because of this 8 here. So that is going to... That finally places the 4 here. So I think we untangle our 4s at long last. And untangle some 7s at long last. How's this feel? That removes those 2 7s. So on this Renban, I think this is the 7. And does that make this a 7? Which means this has to be either a 6 or an 8, and it can't be a 6, so that's an 8. So we get the 8 up here in the box. And we said previously that we need an 8 on, we need an 8 on this line. So this, we knew that these 2 digits were these 2 digits. So this is an 8. So we get the 6 there, which removes the 6 from here. So you become the 9. You become the 8. I think we're getting there. You become the 8. This. So we were saying this could maybe be 6. That's probably done, and I'm missing it. So what did we leave here? We ended up with, so we still need, this Renban needs a 1 and a 5, and the 5 is seen. So we get the 1, we get the 5. So this Renban, I believe, is fully complete now. And this box. Does that feel true? Up here we need 1, 6, and 9. Yeah, so we need 1, 6, 9. This can't be the 6. This can't be the 9. This is also from 1, 6, 9, and it can't be the 1 because of this 1. So that does place the 6 up here, so that makes this the 9. And that places the 9 up here. Well, so does the 1, 6 pair. That places a 9 over here. This Renban... Yeah, we need a 9 on here, right? I mean, even just in terms of the Renban. So, what, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we had to have a 9 on the Renban, and these are all ruled out. So that's just a 9 from the Renban. that means there's a 9. I think we can't actually have a 9 on this Renban, right? So there's a 9 in here. It's not there. So one of these is a 9, but this would be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it maxes at 7. So there's no 9 there. Okay. We said there was definitely a 4. We got a 7, 8, 9 here. So the 1 would pull this really low. We'd have a 2. I guess we'd have a 2. Well, there is a 2 there. Just very obviously, there's a 2 here. So this is 2, 3, 5. So this is, we have a 4. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5. So that makes us a 1 or a 6. Is that right? Like, we know a 4 is here, but then it's also a 1 or a 6. That's not a 6. Is that true? Did I do that wrong? We have a 2, 3. We have to have a 4 for the 5, and then we have to flank that with either 1 or 6. 1, 4, 6. That does put the 5 here, because there's already 5 on the Renban. And then this is also 1, 4, 6. It's not 1. This is 1, 4, 6, and it's not 4 or 6, so that's the 1. The 4, the 6. Does that feel good? This is an 8. Let's not make a mistake now. How does that sound to everybody? 8 over here. We have to have an 8 on the Renban. It's not there. What are these digits? This is a 1, 8. So we could have it 8. This is a 4, 6, which can only go one direction because of those. So that's the 6, that's the 4. So we take care of those on the Renban. So the only thing remaining on the Renban is 1, 8. So this is 1, 8. Which we know just from the column, I guess. This is the other half of the 1, 2 pair. I'm sure I'm missing super obvious things. I apologize. This, my favorite thing where there's just like naked singles and I ignore them for an hour. Who's this? This is 2. This is 2, 6. We haven't addressed those yet. And this is 1, 9, which we haven't necessarily addressed. Although this is definitely not like, one of these has to be high digit or this would be broken. So that just means this is from like 1, 2, 6, 9. It's not 9. So 1, 2, 6, 9. We see a 9 in the box in the column. So the 9 is only here, I think. As far as placing a 9 on our Renban, is that the only place to do it? Which places a 9 here? A 1 here, and now we need a 1 on the Renban? Well, I guess we don't know that actually. The 1 could still be there or there. What other digit are we missing here? 3? The 3 is here. And then this is a something called a 6. So we get the 1 and the 6 up here. We just need a 2 in the column. So we get the 1 here, we get the 2 here, the 6 here, the 1 here, a 6 here. That is an 8, so that is the 1, so that is the 8. You're a 2, by the way. And then over here, we are still missing, what, a 4? And in here, we are missing a 2. And in here, we are missing a 1. That puzzle was so good. Oh, what a great puzzle. Blobz, that was so good. Really enjoyed that. So, okay. It's interesting because I'm not going to say I had doubts, but something I was a little surprised by is one of the things that I think is remarkable about some of the other Yin Yang Sightline puzzles is that all 3 rule sets operate independently of each other. Without having overlapping rules. Very often it's hey, there's yin yang rules. Hey, there's sightline rules. And then there's some other rule set, whatever, killer cages, whatever, that doesn't necessarily force anything related to shading. So I was a little surprised to see that in this case, the Renbans did force shading. So I was surprised, but it was amazing. It was so good. Really awesome. Oh, thanks everybody. I really appreciate everyone stopping by. I do probably need to run soon. I am tempted to do another Blobz puzzle, honestly. Gojo has to get in a car and drive, so Gojo has to go. So let's enter our, because this is officially posted. So spoiled by getting early access Blobz puzzles. Uh-oh. What private things are you seeing? I really hate this. I'm almost positive there was a way to turn this off in Windows 7 or Windows 11, where it shows this view. Does anyone know that? I mean, fortunately, none of this is like NDA'd work, which would be very bad. Here's that thing. Looks cool. Anyway, I really thought there was a way to turn that off. I really dislike it. So, all right, I'm logged in as me. Solution code is row 8. Is that right? This puzzle, I'm just gonna say it's average because I don't like to move it because I feel like I'm a bad guesser. It was a very nice. Wait, should Blobz be capitalized? Let's see, Blobz is capitalized. All right. Okay, did I do the dumb thing whereby I didn't? Yeah, gosh, Logic Masters, you're a good website. Average, you got to submit these all. Oops, sorry. Submit those separately. I love to do that, like lose one or the other. Okay, Skojo, enjoy your drive. Kind of want to do. I mean, I'm definitely behind on a few recent ones. I think it was. Did I do Angelfish? I can't remember now. Oops. Whoa, what is this? I don't think I've done this Groot. Water, ice, and vapor. Whoa, no, I haven't done that. Ooh, a 4-star Blobz on Angelfish. Ugh, I'm a little scared of jumping into a. Did I solve Pac-Man? I can't actually remember if I solved Pac-Man. Let's just do a quick cute Pac-Man. I don't think I did it. I don't think I've done Pac-Man yet. If I have, I apologize. I know I've definitely done Space Invaders and Asteroids and I think Centipede. I don't think I did Pac-Man. Let's do it. It's too cute to not do. And hopefully it doesn't take too long. I mean, I'm fine with it taking whatever amount of time it takes. It's just sometimes I'm really bad at things and it takes a million hours. So, all right. So the ghosts are low digits, right? Gosh, that's the only rules. The ghosts are low digits, and then we've got white crop keys. Interesting. Okay. Is that really true? Did I like accidentally cut the rules off? Okay, so low digit. This digit's also going to be low. I'm feeling the need to mark the low digits. It just feels like I want to. It's a thing we're going to care about. Maybe we won't. Oh, I made the ghost blue like Pac-Man made a power pellet. This digit will also be low because it's a 1 or a 3, so it will be low. This digit will be a 2 or a 4, so it will also be low. There's no sequence here with the 1s, which is kind of interesting. Especially these, we have 2 runs here. So this digit is one of these digits. And this digit is, so this, this digit, gosh, this is really interesting. I guess this could repeat though. No, it can't. That's kind of interesting. So if whatever this digit is, say this is like 5 and you had 5, 6, 7, you'd have to go 5, 6, 7, 8. Like it's got to extend this. It can't go backwards because going backwards, you know, we know that this digit is one of these 2 digits, but it has to kind of continue up. Maybe I'm saying something really obvious. Um, okay, so and then this could be a 5 though, so this is not necessarily a low digit. So just looking at, yeah, we've got these some monster sequences here, except, you know, this could be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, something like that. We know there's going to be a lot of digits that are ruled out of these kind of little nooks, or not necessarily a lot. I guess 1 or 9 is ruled out of a sequence of 3. A sequence of 4, I mean, this is a sequence of 5, unless, is this really, interesting. That's low. So there's two low digits here, so this isn't a sequence of low digits. With the 4 here, like, this isn't a 1, 2, 3. So it has to, this sequence has to either like include 5 or be above 5. It has to be like 5 or above, I think, because if we tried to make this, I guess, okay, there's a question like, can this just be the digits that are below 4, right? And it can't be, because that would be 3 low digits, and we already have 2 low digits here. There's only 4 low digits. So it's definitely above 4. So it's either like 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, 9. So these digits are like between 5 and 9. There's no low digit here. So these are like high or 5, I guess. This couldn't be 5, though, because if this was 5, then one of these would be low. Oh, but maybe that's okay, actually. Maybe it's okay to have one of them be low. No, because if it was 5 and only one of them was low, the low digit would be 4. Right? So this is not 5. If I put a 5 here, one of these digits is 4. So that's not 5. I don't know. I feel like my gray cells are going to mess me up because the puzzle already has gray cells. So there's 2 or 3 high digits here. These digits, I guess, could be double low. I don't know if I'm going about this puzzle correctly at all, but this is where I've started. So continue heading in this direction, I guess. So this was a 1 or 3. That's low and that's low. This we have a kind of a similar thing here, like that this can't be 2, 3, 4, for example. This could still be 1, but then this would be broken. So this does need a 5, but it can have a transition. So I don't know if that's really the right way to think about that. That was 3, then there'd be a 3 down here. It is okay to have 2 low digits here, I think. This looks very constrained. This looks very constrained. Struggling deciding where to start here. This is obviously not a 1 because, well, okay, that's fair. There's no 1s on dots in here because a 1 on a dot has to go next to a 2, right? So in here, 1 in this whole box, 1 can never go next. No, 1 can never be on a dot unless it is there. This one sees a 1. So one of these 2, 1 is either there or there, I guess, is what I'm trying to tell you. That kind of bumps these sequences up, but I don't know that matters. Just bumps them up a tiny bit. So in this world, there's no 1s in there. There's no 1 here because it'd be a 2. There's no 1 because 1s can't ever be in the middle. But I think that could be like 1, 2, 3, and that 4. So I think you can place a 1. Feels like 1s are what's going to be kind of fussy in this puzzle, you know. That may not be true, but like you can have a 1, 2 here with a 3, 4 there. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that. This one is close. I think you can only have 1s there basically, but you also could just have your 1 up here and no one cares. Maybe this is not the way to do this with just colors. Maybe they need, I mean, like, maybe we need to be coloring the digits 1, 2, 3, 4 and thinking about where 1, 2, 3, 4 can be, rather than just like cool, you know, like cold and hot digits. Would that be better? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think we need to do that. Sorry, I'm gonna reconsider my coloring because I'm realizing now, gosh, should have paid more attention to that. So I think that's all still true, but they're a set of the digits 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm just going about this puzzle in a ridiculous way because I think this is the way we need to think about this puzzle. Is that each of these ghosts, oops, that's not what I meant to do at all. That each of these ghosts, okay, I'm just being ridiculous. I apologize. That was a bad start. Okay, so what does that tell us? I mean, off the bat, what does that tell us? Like thinking about where pink is in here, for example, or sorry, red, or where pink is over here. That I think is the way we're supposed to think about this. That's what I'm going to say. So this digit, for example, is obviously not orange, but it could still be a number of other friends. This digit is obviously not red, but it could be a number of friends. There's no red here. How do we think about this? I mean, it still kind of seems like ones are, yeah, you almost can figure out or think about ones, but I mean, just in turn, you know, if we were able to narrow this down a little more than this, we could know that red wasn't 1. But in here, this isn't a 1 because it would take a 2. This isn't a 1 because it sees a 1. This isn't a 1 because it's between, well, because it would see it, it would have to have a 2 there. This isn't a 1 because it's between digits in a sequence. This isn't a 1 because it's between digits in a sequence. This isn't a 1 because it's between digits in a sequence. But I feel like we could have 1s here if this was 1, 2, or just if 1 was here. Do I have to fill the grays? Yeah, I think it's just cosmetic. So in the for the Blobz did this series of like retro video game puzzles, and some, unless my understanding at least is, unless explicitly stated, these are just cosmetic. So I think some of these things are only cosmetic, except for the ghosts explicitly. I think, maybe I'm wrong about that, but I think that's the case. So we can kind of get one, the problem, we get one pretty narrowed down to say that 1 is like you know, crammed in here or something, but we don't quite have enough. Well, but maybe this one. Okay, how about this? Where's 1 in column 3? It's not in that box. It's not, gosh, okay, it's not here because we'd have to have 2's on both sides. It's not here because we'd have to have 2's on both sides. But I think it actually can be here. If this was 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, I think it could actually work, right? If this was a 1, this would be 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, which might work. It would mean blue wasn't 2. It would mean pink wasn't 3. Oh man, thought we were onto something. What? We were not onto anything at all. Maybe my thinking that 1 is the secret party digit is not true. One in here seems like it's got too much leeway. Like this digit is sort of interesting because it at least, okay, that's something we can think about at least. Like there are these intersections. Right, dude, do you see something? You can tell me where to look and I'll take a look at it. We do have these intersections, meaning sort of like this definitely sees 2 low digits. This definitely sees 2 low digits. But I think we already are happy saying that that there are no low digits down here, right? Don't we? That's a thing that I still think is true. So I think that means all 4 of our low digits are here. So you're saying in column 8 where 1's can go. So 4, 1. Oh, that's good. No, I think you're right. I think we're going to get a pair. Well, no, maybe not. I think 9 will have more options, but 1's. So when we did 1's, we just did this, but there was no 1 here. There's no 1 here because of the 2. There's no 1 here because of the 2. There's not 1 here because of the double 2. There's not 1 here because of that 2. This could be a 1 with a 2. This can't have a double 2. So I think 1 has multiple options. 1 can be here with 1, 2. Or 1 could just be gray. 9 is not really constrained because 9 could be here with 8, 7. Or it's not as constrained, I guess. 9 could be here. 9 could be here with the 8, 7. It would be 9. It would be 8, 9, 8, 7, 6. You could have 8, 9. I think 9's not actually constrained except for 9 can't be here or here. But I mean, that thinking, the 1 thinking still seems interesting to me. But here's what I think. I think we are happy with the assertion that there are no low digits here, right? Because the only way these could be low digits is if they were all under 4, and that would make this a 1, 2, 3, and that would mean we had too many. So these are high digits. So we have no ghosts down here, right? That means all of our ghosts live here. Like, for example, whichever ghost is number 3 lives up here. So there is 3 is here. Oops. I hit the Windows key. I think I believe that. Again, because I don't think there can be low digits here, and this sees a 3. Similarly, but not quite as good, that means that 1 and 2 are inside of here. Like our 1, 2 ghosts are in this region. So what that means, though, is, that's too much pencil marking. Let's keep the 3s for a second. That means 3 is down here, right? If 3 was here, it would have to go next to either 2 or 4. Or this could just be 3. Column 8 where 2 and 8 can go. So we just said that 2s could be here. So where you can have a 2. So obviously not there. Here you could have 2, 3, 4, 2, 1, 2. So I think this can't be a 2, right? Because this is going to be a weird multi-stage sequence, this one. Because you'd have to have 2, 1, 2, which doesn't work. So it'd be 2. Yeah, I see. So I think there's no 2 there. 2, I think, could be here. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 could be here with this 1 or this 3. 2 we ruled out of down there. So I think we have... I mean, I definitely see where you're getting at with the 8 and the 2 here. So that is interesting, but I think there's still some options because I think, like, that means this basically is not only not 1 or 9, but I think it's also not 2 or 8, right? Because it would be, you know, 7, 8, 9. Well, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that would put 8 because we can't double back basically, right? 6, 7, 8, 9. But that does work. 6, 7, 8, 9, 8. So it doesn't work in one direction. The 2 is what? The 2 is more restricted because of this 2. I think the 8 is restricted only in one direction. So, okay, so we think our 3 is down here. And if the 3 is here, it's going to take 2 or 4, right? And then this would also take 2 or 4. So if the 3 is in here, it takes 2 or 4, 2 or 4, and it makes this a 1. So if this, either this is a 3, okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. So think about it like this. The 3 is definitely not down here. So it's up here. That means 3 is down here. Orange could be 3. If 3 is here, then it is next to a 2 or it's next to a 4, which the pair would go with here. So this could only be a 1. So that means orange, orange is only 1 or 3. So that is cool. So these are not orange. That means orange is either here or here. That means there's no orange in here. So that means orange is in here. Which... what do we think about that? It's hard for the 1, for sure. Let's think for a second if orange was 1. This could be a 1 if this was 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. This can't be a 1 because we'd have double 2. This can't be a 1 because we would have double 2. This can't be a 1 because we'd have double 2. This could be 1, 2, 3 with a 2 and a 4 on it. And this just could be a 1. So 1s, if orange is 1, would look like that. Which maybe not quite restrictive enough. I guess another thing to think about actually is if this is 3, if this is 3, this is obviously 4, and this is 1, and this is 2, and that's all of our low digits. No, Rad Dude, we never guess. Never guess. I mean, we already got this narrowed down. It's going to be this kind of logic of just deducing like where ghosts are allowed to live. So like, we know that if this is 3, then all of our low digits are spoken for. Which is interesting, right? Because that means that if orange is 3, then red is 2 or 4. So the reason I say that, if orange is 3, then this is definitely all of our digits, right? Like 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is, orange is not red, and then this digit would be 1, which would be visible to red. And so red would be 2 or 4. This would be pink or blue. You don't understand why row 9, column 4, why this can't be 2 or 4. So we know that it's a set of 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Like we know that all of the ghosts are from the set 1, 2, 3, 4, right? We have a 3 here. We can't put a low digit here of any kind, because whatever we put here, because of this 4, has to either be totally below 4 or totally above 4. If it's totally below 4, it can't be anything except for 1, 2, 3. If it's 1, 2, 3, we know this digit is low. We also know this digit is low because it's 1 away from a 3. And that would mean we have 5 low digits, and there's only 4 low digits. So we definitely know that there's no 3 down here, right? And there's no 3 here because of this. So that means there's definitely a 3 up here, which means that there's definitely a 3 down here, right? So either orange is 3, in which case orange just is 3, or the 3 is on this dot. If the 3 is on this dot, it goes next to a 2 or next to a 4, meaning there'll be a pair. You know, say this is the 3, that means this is a 2 or 4, and this is a 2 or 4. So you'd have a 2-4 pair along with your 3, so this would have to be 1. So that means that this digit is either it just is 3, or this 3 forces it to be a 1. And I'm expecting there'll be other logic like that that's going to help us narrow down some of these others. I just am still wrapping my head around it, I guess. So we know that was sort of interesting. I mean, that it means that this could be orange, or it could be the digit that isn't orange, which could be blue or pink. Which is not super helpful yet. This could be orange, or it could be 5, which is not a ghost. And no one cares about digits that aren't ghosts. Now, thinking about 2s, let's think about 2s in here for a minute. As they relate to pink. Because there's obviously no 2s here. And if this is a 2, if this is a 2, this is definitely a 3, and this is definitely... Okay, interesting. So, all right, if we try to put a 2 right here, this can't be a 1, because the 1 would have to go next to a 2 there. So if we put a 2 here, this has to be a 3, and this has to be a 4, and that's broken. So I don't think that can be a 2. If we put a 2 here, this has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's 5 or 3. But if that's 3, then these get forced. Actually, that makes that a 5 or 3, which is interesting, because then that uses this 3-5 pair to make that 1. But it seems possible, right? It seems possible to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, which would be make this 3 or 5 if that was a 2. So it unfortunately seems like that could be a 2. Okay, maybe I'm barking up the wrong tree here. I was hoping we could roll out 2 more than this. 2 here, it could just go with the pink could be 2. So we can kind of rule 2 out of here. So this is definitely, I mean, this is obviously not 2 or 4 because of this. And we were actually kind of arguing, okay, maybe that's the thing to think about, is if this is 3, this is 1, and that's all the low digits. So these are high digits. You know, they're 5 or above, including a little sequence here. So at best, this could be 5 for, you know, you could still get your low digits in here, but we'd effectively be saying that all of our low digits were in here. But I'm not sure about that. So I don't know. Maybe I don't feel great about that. There's an interesting thing here where we're going to have a sequence of 3, we're going to have another sequence of 3, and a sequence of 2, and then we've got somebody that's just like sitting between those, right? So this is either an extreme digit, 1 or 9, and these all fit in the middle, or this is a digit that has to like slide in between sequences. This is also sort of interesting where we have a 4 sequence, we have a 4 and a 3, but in this case we have 2 digits that are either extreme digits or just sliding in. So in other words, this could be a 9, or it could be a 2, or it could be between these 2 sequences. It can't be a 2 actually. What is this digit? This can't be a 2. So one of these sequences definitely has a 2 in it. Okay, let's think about this for a second. One of these sequences has a 2. It's not, okay, this seems good. 2 can't go here because it would have a 1 on one side or the other, right? So that's no go. 2 can't go here because it would have to have a 1 on one side or the other. So that's no go. 2 can't go here because it would have a 1 on one side or the other. So let's think about our options here. These are the only places 2 can go. Oh, this is pretty weird. These are the only places we can put a 2, right? 2 is never going to go next to a 1 in this puzzle. So it's going to go next to a 3, which means one of these is a 3, right? Which means there's a 3 here. I want to run through that one more time to make sure I'm not insane. There's no 2s in there. If we put a 2 here, it's got a 1 on both sides. That's no good. We put a 2 here, or sorry, not a 1 on both sides. One of them has to be a 1 and one has to be a 3. A 2 in a sequence has to have a 1, so we can't do that. A 2 in a sequence has to have a 1. A 2 in a sequence has to have a 1. Because 2 is definitely on one of these white crop keys, it's definitely going next to 3, right? It's definitely going to be next to a 3. So the 3 is either here or here, so the 3 is definitely in here, which is interesting. Probably. Because we talked earlier about where 1s could be in here. Because we said 1 was definitely... No, I'm sorry, we didn't. We talked about where orange could be, not where 1 could be. We talked about where orange could be. We don't know that 3 is orange, obviously, at this moment in our lives. So, if this is 3, it's definitely flanked by... if this is 3, it's definitely flanked by 2, 4. If this is 3, it's surrounded by 2, 4. If this is 3, it's surrounded by 2, 4. So either this digit is 3, again, like this digit either is 3, or 3 is here and it's a digit that's next to 3, or 3 is here and it's a digit that's next to 3. So this is either 3 or it's a digit that's going to be next to a 3, which is a 2 or a 4. This digit annoyingly could be like 3, 4, 5. So it's either 3, or it's a digit that's next to 3, or it's a digit that's 2 away from 3. So this digit is either 3, or it's right next to 3, meaning it's 2 or 4, or it's 2 away from 3, meaning it's 1 or 5, but it can't be a 1. So we could have done like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or something, but this can never be a 1. If this is a 2, this is definitely a 1, because if this was a 2 and we tried to put a 3 here, then we wipe 3 out of here. So this is 2, this is definitely 1. So that'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So does this digit have the same deal? So it's either a 3, or it's a digit that's next to 3, or a digit that's 2 away from a 3, right? So it's either 3, or it's 2, 4, or it's 1, 5. This, I think, actually can be 1, though. This could be like 5, 4, 3, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. This, I think, can be a 1 if both of these are 2s. Which seems like a maybe. But that does mean this is a low digit, right? This is definitely a ghost. We just don't know which ghost it is. So this is like, you know, it's either orange or it's pink or it's red. It's one of our ghosts for sure. These are a little more annoying because they could be like outside the range. Could this be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Yeah, so I think this becomes almost like normal Kropke rules, meaning it can be anything that's 1 away from this range that we have. So this could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Obviously not a 3. So that's going to push some high digits around. I don't know. Maybe I'm just off track on how this puzzle works. There's kind of a question of whether these are the same digit or not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. I mean, I don't really see a reason they couldn't be. It's not blue either way, because blue would see both of those. Now, one of the things that was a little interesting was we were talking about orange and where orange could go. If orange is 3, it's definitely here. The problem is, if orange is 1, I think it can go here. Otherwise, we could place 1 here. Like where, just thinking about, you know, if orange is 1, what does that mean? It means that's not orange and that's not orange. It means this is not orange because we'd have a double 2. But this could be like 1, 2, 3. And in fact, we know 3 is somewhere in the neighborhood. Okay, let's mark those 2s though. That was a meaningful thing to mark. The fact that there's always a 3 here, does that mean there's always a 2? It doesn't, because this could be like 3, 4, 5, 6 or something. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, no. It could only be, in fact, that's the only way to avoid it here. So we don't quite get our 2 placed here. We almost have 2 in the column. We know that this is not 1, 2, 3, or 4. Maybe it could be. Maybe it could be 4, 5, 6, 7. No, because then you're Yeah, I think this can't be 4. Let me think about this a second. Like, what can this digit be? We've already said it's not 1 for some reason. Because 1's right there. It's not 2 for another reason because of this 2 right here. It's not 3 because we placed the 3 here. So can it be 4? The only way it could be 4 is, excuse me, is if this was like 4, 5, 6, 7, right? But then we have 2 and 3 are put down here. And what could they be next to if not a 4? So this is also not a 4. So this is, let's just go through this really quickly. It's obviously not 1 or 2 because of Sudoku. It's not 3 because we've placed the 3 here. It's not 4 because 4, this can't be a 3. So this would be 4, 5, 6, 7. And then what would go next to, this would be 2, 3, what? It would have to be 4. So I think that's not a 4. So now the annoying thing is it could be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And this could be a 7, 8, 9. That would be an 8, 7, 6. That would make this a 6. Well, but that actually, so as soon as we did something like 5, 6, 7, 8, we remove, we force this to be, so say we made these, we did that. We went 5, 6, 7, 8, right? And then down here we have 2, 3, 4. Problem is, that means there's a low digit down here, right? That means this is a low digit. And we will have ruled out 5 and 6 up here by saying 5, 6. So then we'd have 5 low digits. So this is definitely not 5, 6, 7, 8. And it's not, so can this not be 5? If this is 5, 4, 3, 2, 5, 4, 3, 2, maybe that's okay. That means that's a 4, 5, 4. So we do have one low digit here. If this is a 5, we definitely end up with a low digit. But we also remove 5 from here. So I don't think this can be 5. Right? Let me just say that again. If this is 5, either this goes 5, 4, and that's a low digit, or it goes like 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 2 and 3 are here, so this is a low digit, right? So no matter what, 5 needs a low digit next to it. If we get rid of 5 here, this sequence has to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, if we don't have the 5. And so we have 4 lows plus a 5th low. So I think this is not 5. So that makes this a high digit. And that makes this, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That makes this possible to be 4. And this possible, it's possible for this to be 4. And this possible to be 3, although it's not really possible. So this could be 4, 5, 6, 7. Hang on, let me back up here. This obviously is not 9, right? So this could be like 9, 8, 7, 6, or it could be 6, 5, 4, 3, but this can't be 3. How could this doesn't work then? Like this just can't be 2 then. Because the only way, if this was 2, it would have to be 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, but we just said as soon as we do that, the world breaks. So this can't be 2, and that means this can't be 3. So do we place the 3 here? So this almost becomes like a weird thermo. 4, 5, 6, 7. and this is 3, 4, 5, 6, but that's not 3. So that can't be 4. So that can't be 5. So that can't be 6. That means that one of these is a 4. I really hope I'm doing this right. Oh boy. So this is either 4, 5, 6, 7 with a 9 here, or it's like 8, 7, or sorry, or it's 9, 8, 7, 6. No, I've got a problem. Oh, wait. Sorry. There's no, back up a little bit. We said we have to have a 4 here. So there's no 4 here. So there's no 5 here, 6 here, or 7 here. So that means this is either 9, 8, 7, 6 with a 5 or 6, 7, 8. Sorry, 5, 6, 7, 8 with a 9. So this is either 5 or 9. Have I done any of that logic correctly? I don't know. I'm going to step away for 1 minute. Excuse me. I will be right back. That was the wrong button. Excuse me. Be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. So, Radid, you had asked, put a 5 in row 9, column 8. We can't have a 5 there. So we did talk about that. If you try to put a 5 here, it forces a low. And we already said that all the lows are up here. Because if you have a 5 in the middle, you get a low digit, and we've said that the only low digit it could be is a 4. So yeah, you are correct that this is never a 5. This is these are high digits. Like, we can just pencil mark it. It'll be a lot of pencil marks. It's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, but that's not a 5, I guess. So yeah, that's part of the. Yeah, you're totally right. That's not a 5. It's okay. That was really early, so it's no problem. So, but I think what that means is that we've got low digits here, which is good. That means all of our ghosts are right here, which is exciting. So one thing that means is, what does that mean? It means there's definitely no low digits here, because we already said 1 has to be there, because there's no 1 there, and then 2, 3, 4 are here, right? Do we say a 1 could be? Well, we can't put a 1 here, because if we put a 1, it has to have a 2, and the 2 is here. So this is the 1, right? That's the 1. This is the 3. That's the 5. So this is a very high sequence. Oops. Oh no. There we go. Okay, so pink is not 1. You're not 3. So we have all of our low digits, and then we need a high sequence. So this is either 9, 8, or this is 9, 8, 7. Like, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's got to split like that, one way or the other. Okay, but that seems really good. 4 then is not here. 4 can't be here because it would have to have a 3 next to it. But it could be 4, 5, 6, or 4, 5, 6. That would put the 5 here, which at the moment is okay. So we think 4 is in there. So we think 3 is in here. We think 1 is up here. So red could be 1. And we think 2 is also in here. No, that's not true at all. Sorry. We think 2 is also up here. So red could be 2. But I think red could still be 4, unfortunately. Because this could be 4, 5, 6, I think. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so one of these sequences is like 9, 8. This is... So... Oh, okay. We got. Oh, sorry. Wait. Is this a problem? Maybe this is good, or maybe this is really bad. So that means this 3 is next to a 2 or a 4. So it's either 3, 2, 1, or it's 3, 4, 5. But didn't we have concerns? There's no 5 there. That means this can't be a... No, it could be. How could this be a 4? Because it would have to have... This can only be a 4 if it's flanked by 3, 5, and this doesn't have 3 or 5. So that's not a 4. I'm a little worried I've made a mistake. So you think row 9, columns 5 and 6 have to be 5 and 6. You think so? So it's either 3 with the 2 or 4, which we talked about. If it's not, and it was 5, 6, that would be a 7, 8, 9. That would mean this is definitely a 3. We'd have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'd have 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be definitely 3. So the 1 would be here or here. Or this is 3 with the 2, 4. And this is like 5 is over here either with 6 or 9. So I think there's 2 options. I think it is possible that this is 5, 6, but I think it is also possible that the leftover, there's one leftover digit here. I mean, okay, we can simplify this somewhat, because this is either 6, 7, 8 or 7, 8, 9, right? So 6 is never in the middle. And 9 is never in the middle. So it's always 7, 8 in the middle. 6, 7, 8 in either direction, or 7, 8, 9. 6, 7, 8, or 7, 8, 9. I think you can still have the 5 here. Well, the 6 could. Oh, in here? You think that we can't have 2, 5? Well, maybe. Let me finish the logic we were just on, and maybe you're right that we can't do that in there. Because you could have 5 here. You could have like 5, 9 here with 6, 7, 8 and 3, 2. Like this could be 5, 9 or 5, 6. Like the 5 is either going to be here with the 6 or 9, or the 5 is going to be here with the 6 or 9. But I do think you have multiple options. So I think there's one degree of freedom, but I think we're getting close to getting rid of it, because this seems very limiting, because now we have another low digit. That means this is not a run of low digits, right? Oh shoot, no, it could be, sorry. But it couldn't, well, it's really hard for it to be, right? Like this could, we said this, if this was 1, this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, which would break that. So this is definitely not 1. If this was 1, you'd have 1, 2, 3, 4 here, and I guess that's still okay. 6, 5. Okay, sorry, we're just gonna have to go through these. If this was 6, it would be 6, 5, 4, 3. 2, but then this would be 1, 2, right? So if we put a 6 here, it's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. And this would be 1, 2. So I think this can't be a 6. If this was 1, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, if this is 1, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. We'd have 2, 4, and that would be broken. So that's not 1. If this was 2, it would be 2, 3, 4, 5. If this was 2, this would be 3, 4, 5, and this would be 1, 2, and that would be 6, and that would be okay. If this was 4, so if this is 2, this is a 3. But if this is 4, we can't go 4, 5, 6. We have to go 4, 3, 2. So is this always a 3? Yeah, because we know the 3 has to be flanked by 2, 4. Well, except for in this case, I guess it could be. But anyway, if this is 2, this is definitely a 3 because it's not a 1. If this is 4, we can't go 4, 5, 4. So this is not 5. And so this is never 2, I think. I think this is 3. And that means that this digit is flanked by 2, 4, which we have discussed. That means that we have a 2, 4 pair in here. So this is not 3, and it's also not 2, 4. So this could be 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is either 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this is 6 or 4, right? 2, 3, 4. Oh no, I broke the puzzle. I broke the puzzle. I broke the puzzle. We have 3. We have 3 2, 4s in here. So that is not. That's not right. Somewhere my logic went off the rails. So did we like this? I think we liked this, but that means that this has to be the 3, because if this is 3, it's flanked by 2, 4, and that's broken. And if this is 3, it's flanked by 2, 4. So in that logic, this has to be 3. But that seems broken. Oh, unless this is a repeat. This can't be 2 because it'd be 3, 2, 1, nothing. So this would be 3. I think I may have made a mistake. 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops. 5, 6. That would make this the 2 and this the 4. That means this has to be next to 3, 2, 1. And that means this has to also be 4 because it can't be 2. Does that work? Helio, how's it going? How are your Monday meetings? So that puts a 2 here. I'm fearful I have made a mistake. I think this... We've got to place a 1. This seems to work at a glance, but I am definitely worried that I missed something. Did I miss something? This is definitely not orange, right? Because orange is 1 or 3. So that's not orange. I feel like I'm maybe making this puzzle way harder than it's meant to be, but hey, what are you gonna do? So that puts orange here or here. And here or here. Which is kind of exciting. So that means either pink or red are 4. So one of these is a 4. Yeah, just trying to see if I screwed something up, but I think maybe this like just barely works, right? And then this is going to be something like this could be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or something, you know, something like that. Obviously, the 9 is going to be next to an 8. Column 3. Uh-oh, is something bad? So this is 1, 7, 8, or 9. One, 7, 8, or 9. So we have all our low digits here. We have our low digits. We have all our ghosts. So that's good. 1, 7, 8, 9. Is there a reason that we think a 1 couldn't go there? One could be orange, right? You could have 1 here, here, or 1 here. Am I wrong about that? I mean, there's definitely 1 in here. That's true. We can go ahead and pencil mark that. But I think it can be row 9, column 3. Sorry? It can't be. It could be. What were our options here? I already forgot. It could be 9, right? If this is 6, 7, 8, and this is 2, 3, 4, this can be 5, 9. This can be 9. You're right. It's 6, 7, 8, or 7, 8, 9. So 7, 8 are taken. So the options here are 1, 7, 8, 9. 7, 8 are taken in the sequence, but 9 is not. So it is possible for that to be 9. This is also 1, 7, 8, 9. But I think that's still possible. I think it's still possible for 5, 9 to be there. Okay, so we made some progress there. The 4. I hope this is right. I'm a little nervous. I mean, it just fits, which is either very good or very bad. So this does place our 4 down here, which maybe supports the theory of 4 as pink. It does place a 4 down here, which is not there. Oh, and that does mean, that's interesting. If 3 is here, it definitely pairs with 4. But 3 doesn't have to be here. 3 could be here with 5, 6, and then 4, 9. So I think this is 4 or 5, I think are the only options this can be. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think that might be true, that this is either 4 or 5. There's 4 there. 4. I mean, either 8 or 9 has to end up in here, because we could only do one of them here. No, that's not true. 8. It's just 8. So 8's somewhere in this neighborhood. Okie dokie. Okay, I was just trying to, I feel like I lost the trail a little bit. Like, this is very eye-catching. Because either the 9 is here, and it's 9, 8, 7, or the 9 is here. Well, that's interesting, actually. Where's the 8? Well, okay, maybe that's not really the way to think about it, but the 8 and the 5 are a little weird, I guess. So the 5 is only going to go with 5, 6, 7, or 5, 6, right? So like this is either 9 with an 8 or it's 5 with a 6. And if it was 5, it'd be right here, right? So if we tried to put the 5 here, this would be 6. So we'd have a 5, 6, and this would be 7, 8, 9, which maybe is fine. If we tried to put, yeah, so that'd be 5, 6, 7, 8, which, oh wait, okay, well, one thing is we don't in column 9 we still have to place our 1, and it's not here, so one of those is a 1. We also have to, so we have 6, 7, 8, 9 to place alongside the 1. So anyway, this sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is definitely, well, we already knew this. Maybe this was useless statement. That's only 6, 7, 8, 9, but this can be 5. So this is either, I guess that could be 9. Yeah, it's a little hard to say. There's like a 9. I guess it's like either this is 5 with a 6 or 9 with an 8. Is that the way to state this most concisely? And if that's not 5, this isn't 6. Right? Because this is either 9, 8, 7 or it's 5, 6, 7. That's the only, I think those are our only two options. It's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or it's 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. And the 6, 5 can only go one direction. And if it did, it'd be 6. Okay, but if we try to put 6 here, then it's 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which I guess is fine. If we put 8 or 9 here, then this is 7, 8, or 9. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't quite feel like we know that just yet. Just yet. There's no 7 here, though. 7's up here. Right? So there's never a 7 here. And in box 1, 7's on top. So there's no 7 here. So 7 is in here. So 7 is in here. So that makes this 1 is up here, and 2 is up here, and 7 is up here, right? Is that true? So this is 1, 2, 7, and obviously this is not a 7. So red is only 1 or 2. So that means this is not red. Really hope I'm doing this right. That's not red. So that means purple is 4. Oops. That seemed true. Pinky, I should say. Our friend Pinky. That seemed true, or have I made a disastrous mistake? I'm a little worried I've made a disastrous mistake, but 4 is next to 5. Oh, rad dude, did I do something wrong? So we have a 1, 2, 7 triple up here. Oh, no. This is wrong. This is wrong. I did this wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. Okay, I did exactly the opposite of the thing I said I was doing. 7. I'm sorry. 7 is in here. 7 is here. 7 is here. 7 is here. Sorry, we already knew that. Okay, I apologize. That was not a revelation. I did it backwards. But at least I caught it. Okay, so, which makes sense, because this is 5, 6, this is either 5, 6, 7, or it's 7, 8, 9. So 5, so the middle is 5, 6, or it's 7, 8. So this is just 6 or 8. Row 9, column 8. Yeah, that's true. Actually, we said that at one point, and then I forgot about it. Because we talked about this being a 7, 8 and needing a pair, but that is true. Oops. Because it can't be extreme. Which we did at one point, and then I thought, when I made a mistake, I backed over it, but you are correct. So, I'm sorry, 7's down here, and it's not in the middle. So it's 5, 6, 7, Yeah. So this is 5, 7, 9 because it's either 5, 6, 7 or it's 7, 8, 9, I think. But that did not put 4, or I thought it did. So that was just mistaken. Now, however, that said, 7, what is 7 doing up here? 6 is definitely up here. Right? 6 is in one of these two places. So if this is 7, this has to be 8, and this has to be 9. So if this is 7, this is 8, this is 9. So this becomes 7, 6, 5. And the 4 does end up in there. So that is if it's 7, 8, 9. If this is 4, if one of these is 4, then this is definitely 5, and that makes that the 5. Gosh. So either, can neither of them be there? I don't think so. Yeah. Like either one of these corners is 4 or 7, right? Kind of no matter what we do, because like if this is 4, then this is 7, and if this is 7, then 4 is one of those. So this is always either next to a 4 or next to a 7. If it's next to a 7, it has to be 8 because 6 is always there. And if it's next to a 4, it has to be 5 because 3 is there. So that is a 5, 8. So does that make this a 5, 6, 7, 8 quintuple? 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that right? We happy with that? A 5, 6, 7, 8 quintuple? I think it is. So that means our remaining digits are 1, 2, 4, 9. 5, 6, 7, 8 quintuple leaves us with 1, 2, 4, 9. This can't be a 1, can't be a 2. It's not a 4, by the way. Oops. So this could be, this is either 9, 8, 7, or it's 4, 5, 6. So 9, 8, 7. Oops. Or 4, 5, 6. So that means this is never a 4. So it does mean, okay, this is good. This is good. So that means that this is never a 4, which means that 4 is in column 8, which means this is not a 4. So this means pink is 4. Is that what that's what we said last time, but we got there in the wrong way. So we're still saying that pink is 4, because if this was 4, it would have to be 4, 5, 6, and that would break that. So this is obviously not 4. And 4 couldn't be flanked with it. So 4 is in here. So we could have seen that before. So I think 4 is pink after all. Is Pinky, our friend Pinky. Okay. That feels, I hope, good. I hope. So what does that mean for the world? What does that mean for 4s in particular? Because we've talked about if this is 3, it's got to be next to a 4. But I think that is okay right now. Otherwise, 4 ends up over here, and this is a 5, 6. So this is either 3, 4, or 5, 6, I think. Okay, so what do we... So that does mean 7's in here. 7's down here, 7's up here. So that's right. 4's here. So we end up with either 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 9, 8, 7, 4, 5, 6, I think are the two. So there's just lots of leeway in there. So okay, but let's just carry this downstairs and see where we land. So this is, if this is a 5, it has to be a 6. If it's an 8, it could be a 7 or a 9, and if it's a 9, it has to be an 8. This can't be 9 because we'd have double 8s, right? That's definitely not 9. This then becomes, oh boy, I feel like I'm going to screw this up. Normally, I would say that this means 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, just like flanking that. But this is obviously not a 9 because we can't have double 8s. And I think this isn't a 5 because this was only a 5 if this was a 6, which was only a 6 if this was a 5. So that would be, so it's like, you know, 8, 7, 6 maybe, or 5, 6, 7. But I think this is never 5. And then that means this does flank 7, 8, 9, but we can't be 5 there. So 8, 7, 6. So this is 8, 7, 6, 5 doesn't work. So I think this is not 8. And if that's not 8, then that's not 9. So we do have a 6, 8 pair here now. So this is either 8, 9, 8, 7, 6, or 6, 5. So this is not 7. So 8, 9, 8, 7, or 6, 5, 6, 7. So does this mean this is always a 7? Which means this is a 6 or an 8. So we get a 6 or an 8 pair. I feel like I'm making a mistake. I really do. That would force this to be 7, 8, 9, which would force the 6, 5 here. That becomes 8, 6. So this becomes 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. That forces the 8 here. And 9. So this becomes 9, 8, 7. That becomes 1. Orange becomes 3. This becomes 4. This, I think, is going to end up being the 5, 6. But okay, we have the 8 in the middle here, flanked by 7, 9. Really worried that I made a mistake. 9 comes out of here. That becomes 7, 6, 5, 9, 8. That becomes 1, 2, 4. So this becomes 3, 5, 6. Oops, not 4. 3, 5, 6. And that's not 3. Did we learn a ghost just now? We did. We learned orange. We get our 9 here. There's no 3s here. So our oranges are... So this is not 3. So this is 2. So this is 1, right? Or... I gotta say, this puzzle is more challenging than I thought it was going to be at first glance. Maybe I've just made it way too hard because, you know, I love to do that. But... Okay, so this becomes a 1, 9 pair. What's left in here? 1, 2. This becomes a 1, 2, 3. I think we talked about that once upon a time and I forgot all about it. So there's definitely a 3 on here, which has to be next to the 2, right? So there's no 1 here. So that is the 1, which is going to stick a 1 here, but not there. That makes this 2, 3, 6. And that's the 2, 3 pair, so that's the 6. I really hope I didn't mess up. This becomes 2, 3, 5. With the 5 there, the 3 there, the 2, the 3, the 2. Oh man, really hope I didn't mess up. So 4 just is here. So Rat Dude, after all, in the end, it was 5, 6. But I don't think we knew that until now. No 4 there. Okay, I feel we're just Sudokuing now, right? Did we get all of our crop keys almost fully disambiguated except for here, which is not a big deal? I think we have all of our sequences figured out, even if we don't fully know the order. So we need, this is like 1, 7, 8, 9, right? That's not the 1. That's not the 8. That's not the 1. That wasn't very exciting. Where is 1 in here? It's not here because it can't be 2. It's not here, so that's. Oh no! I definitely made a mistake. Oh no. Okay, sorry, we're okay. I think we're okay. In here, 1 is not here. It's not here. It can't go here because of the 2, so it can only go here. Gosh, I didn't see that for a second and thought everything was ruined. Everything still might be ruined, but not quite yet. So it's possible that I'm going to be really sad in a second because this is seemingly going fairly smoothly. So this is 5, 6, 9, and that can't be 5. So the 5's definitely in here. This sequence, we definitely have a 3 in here, but it can't go next to 2 or 4. So I think that puts our 3 here, which puts a 3 here. We get a 5, 6 pair up there. So we have a 5, 6 pair here. So we have 1, 2, 3. So we have like 4, 7, 8, 9 or something. And so the 4 can only go here, I think. And then this is 7, 8, or 9. 9, that's 7, 8. That's the 9, the 8, the 7. We have a 7, 8 pair, 5 pair. I'm optimistic that I haven't ruined everything, but it's a little worrisome. So this is obviously not a 7, 8, because that would break. We could have 9, 8, maybe. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 6, 7, 8, 9, but this cannot be 6 or 9. So we get another. So we have a 7, 8 pair. 7, 8 there makes this a 6, 9 pair. So this is the other half. Oops. Of a 7, 8 pair. The other half of this 7, 8 pair lives somewhere. I'm missing 7, 8, 9 here. This 8 is seen. That 9 is seen, so we get a 7, 8 pair, so that is the 9. I didn't even see that 9. Okay. So we need the other half of the 7, 8. We need a 2, 7, 8. This can only be 8. That can only be 7. That can be 2. We place our 8 here, which means the 9 has to go here. We get the 7, the 6, the 9. Oh my gosh, I'm going to be so sad if this is broken. That's the 5. I don't know what I'll do. Panic? 5. We know, okay, we know the order of our 5, 6 here. So as long as we can do 6, 7 here. Oh my gosh. Wow. That was great. Okay, I must admit, that was, maybe I made it really hard. I don't know. But there was some very challenging logic in that. Maybe there was like really easy stuff I was not seeing and making it hard. That didn't really feel like a 2-star to me. Oh, thanks, Red Dude. Maybe I made a 3-star out of a 2-star, which I am, you know, that's a thing that I do. But some of those deductions felt, I guess I would not describe them as 3-star. I'm gonna say it was average. I'm gonna say it was a very nice. What do people say about this? Gosh, people are saying it's very approachable. Maybe I just made it hard. Right, dude, I think I'm about done streaming for today, but I'm glad to take a look at it. I would definitely like to see what you've been up to. I don't think I'm going to do... I think I'm done solving, but I'm glad to take a look at it. Maybe I'll solve it next time if you want to share it. Excellent puzzle, despite... Oh. Okay, well, I'm glad to take a look. I'm not... No promises that I will solve it. I definitely would like to solve it. I just... After almost 3 hours of streaming, I think I want to take a break, but certainly take a look. Okay, Pac-Man was very fun. I feel like I must have made that harder than it was intended to be. Maybe there was like some really obvious logic that I just was totally missing. Which, you know, that's the thing that I do. Gosh, 32 o'clock. Oof. Okay, let's take a gander at Rad Dude's latest. How many stars would you call this? Oh my gosh, this puzzle's insane. So you're saying, so these are basically V's? Is that what we're saying here? X is the nose, like a cute little love letter. So we're not, and we have no boxes. So there's no box, no box restriction. It looks like a football strategy, American football strategy. So are these all of our low digits? If I just follow around like a snake going around. Wait, did I break the puzzle already? What is wrong? The O's are 5s, right? So isn't this a 1? And this a 4? And this a 1? But doesn't that make this a 9 and this another 1? Doesn't that break? Or did I just misunderstand the rules? So 4 and 1 make 5. 4 and 1 make 5. 4. Oh, wait, I already repeated the ones here. Hang on. How's this possible? Wait, this is allowed? But it says digits. Oh, I'm sorry. You say digits may repeat. I'm sorry. I misread it. I thought it said digits may not repeat. I see. Okay, so those are 4s. Okay, so this is just like a little buffet. This is just like a little, it's almost like a game of life or something, like a Conway. So is this, I mean, we have kind of no opportunity to escape 1s and 4. Oh, no, that's not true. We can have 6s. So this is just like a little jaunt. We're just on a little vacation. It reminds me of, it's very game of lifey. So we get a 6 here. And a 4 and a 1. I don't know what I think about this. I mean, I definitely like that you're experimenting with weird rule sets. 9, 4. is a 6. I feel like I'm just doing math. I feel like the only logic is arithmetic. 4, 6. That's a 1. Now I suddenly can't even think. 1 is going to go to a 9, to a 1, to a 1, to a 9, to a 1, to a 9, to a 1, to a 4, to a 1, to a 4. The main problem is I'm going to just make some mistake while rapidly putting in numbers. I feel like I'm filling out a questionnaire or like a menu, like I'm ordering a sandwich. 4, 6, 4. I don't know. What am I? Are we just doing arithmetic here? 6, 4, 1, 9. I mean, it's definitely a confidence builder until I do something wrong, which seems inevitable. Okay, everything checks out so far. Maybe. I probably already made a mistake, which would be very funny that I failed this puzzle just because I'm trying to breeze through it quickly. These people talk to these people. Did I do it? Am I done? Did I make a mistake? Oh, Jan, thank you so much. Yeah, definitely. Oh my gosh, those Yin Yang puzzles are so good. The whole series of them is amazing. Oh, did I make a silly mistake? Probably. What silly mistake did I make? In the bottom left. 6 with the 4. Oops. Yep, you're right. Silly mistake. My mistake. Okay, we've done it. I don't know, Rad Dude. Does that count as a puzzle, or was this just like a arithmetic test that I failed? I failed the test. Thank you. Now, okay, I will say now. I want you to do that and like make a picture or something. Like I wanna like make a fun, make it like almost like a. Have you done any of the Picross kind of style puzzles that Skojo has done? Just have like a fun little greeting card emerge or something like that. The pattern is kind of crazy because it almost is just stripes. That's kind of weird. Did I make a mistake, or is this really? Okay, well, you could definitely drop it on the Discord. I think I'm gonna sign off, especially since I went through the whole, my whole playlist. So, Rad Dude, thank you for sharing your stripey puzzle. Even though the stripes, that's interesting how the stripes break. I am gonna sign off. Thanks everybody, Helio and Jan and Blobz. A speed test. Well, I obviously did a bad job because I had a mistake in the corner. Blobz, that first puzzle was so amazing. Love the Yin Yang Sightline puzzles. I'm still waiting with bated breath for Yin Yang Volts, which will be your magnum opus, I'm sure of. I feel really weird talking without music playing. I'm going to start music for just 10 seconds while okay, just so I feel less weird. I'm going to get to work and do some stuff. Get under a minute? I bet you could. I'm really bad at that. Maybe with my Sudoku pad, I could have entered the numbers more quickly. This is almost done. It's basically done. I just have to like shoot photo documentation, and then the Sudoku pad will be complete, which I've spent way too much time on it. But anyway, I'm gonna go get to work. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Appreciate it as always. Forgive me. I know I missed some people. I apologize for that. But everybody who came, thank you. I will see you next time. Bye.